Hello, this is Craig, and this is another mindfulness video. This one is called Stay Out of the Way. Now, what does that mean? Stay out of the way. Well, if you think of your life, and certainly in my own life, I never stayed out of the way. I was always trying to control, fix, solve, work out, effort, strive for difference in my life. I always I had desires to achieve certain things, so I worked hard to try and get to those things. I basically worried and doubted myself through all of that. I used to worry about my ability, my confidence, all sorts of things, because I was in the way. I was thinking about myself in relationship to what I was doing. How does this affect me? How do I get something out of this? I want this. I need more. I'm not good enough. I need to therefore do this, 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 and this. So I was in all of that. You could say I was part of all of that. But what I'm beginning to learn, what I'm realizing, there's a recognition now through meditation that I'm not there. That when I'm meditating, there's no mind that says, I am meditating. I am doing this in order to achieve calmness or peacefulness. There's none of that. There's just a sitting. There's just an observing, and that observing isn't this I. This isn't this me. There's an observing going on. So I sit, and I'm not thinking, and I'm not narrating what I'm doing. And things are coming and going. Things pop up and they move and they shift as I watch, as these eyes, as awareness watches. Not I watch, awareness watches. So butterflies in the tummy could be there. Goes. Thoughts about food. Goes. Sounds come, go. Emotions come and go. The more I sit, the more this body sits, the more awareness just observes the comings and goings. I've stayed out of the way. I'm not interested or involved with these phenomena that come. I'm just watching. So if there's an emotion or a feeling there, I'm not going into my head, and then I'm not going, ooh, what does this mean about me? I'm worried about this. I'm worried about my worry. That shouldn't be here. I should fix that. I should control that somehow. There is none of that anymore. There is just a noticing of the feeling. And due to impermanence and the fact that everything changes and shifts and moves all the time, every moment, it goes away. None of these comings and goings is affecting the peacefulness, the presence, the calmness that's here, always here in the now, in the eternal now. And it's quite an amazing thing to just take a step back, to just stay out of the way and just let all these things go by. And so I'm realizing that when I'm no longer efforting, or I'm no longer striving, or I'm no longer putting myself in the situation, like, oh, why is this affecting me? How do I deal with this? How do I cope with this? I take away that, and I just be where I am, and things are coming. The universe is gifting me things all the time. Rain outside the window, sounds, emotions, feelings, people, different people coming into my life, different people leaving my life, work work, different jobs, different things coming into my life, different opportunities coming into my life. I'm not striving for them. I notice that when I do strive for opportunity or business or things like that, always coming up against barriers. It never really flows, never really works. Part of me is in a fear mentality. And this is what happens is when you're putting yourself into, I need to control, I need to fix, I need to solve, you're actually in fear because you're not trusting life flowing, doing its beautiful things. You're trying to tweak it or manipulate it, and because part of it is because you're not liking it or you're uncomfortable with it, and that uncomfort, that discomfort, that unease, that anxiety, it all comes from you thinking you are involved, you are part of it. But actually, we're awareness. Awareness is coming through us, consciousness coming through us. Consciousness knows what to do. Your heart is beating, your breath is breathing. You're not having to tweak it or move it or shift it in order for those things to work. Things work by themselves. It's quite a realization. And so, even though things can come, like an opportunity comes, someone might message me and say, Craig, I want you to do something for me. The opportunity has arrived, and I look at that as an opportunity from the universe. And it's been channeled through the person asking me for help or whatever. So then I can, like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll have a go at that. Or maybe not. But you're noticing the opportunity is coming not from people, it's being channeled. Everything is getting channeled through this power that knows how to breathe, knows how to beat hearts, knows how to drop apples off trees, knows how to bloom a flower, knows everything. There's an awareness that encapsulates everything. You might ask, why do birds sing? Why does the sun come up? Why is life here? What is it all about? But it is here, and things are moving and shifting and transforming into different shapes all the time. This body is no different. This body arrived. It's here, still here, here for a bit. Eventually, it will decay. It will move, but awareness lives on. Consciousness lives on. The consciousness that's through me will transform and move into something else. So there isn't really birth and death in a way. It's kind of like, yeah, this body was born, this body will die, but awareness is always there. So if my ego, my mind, if I stay out of the way with my mind that says, I don't like this, I like this, I want this, I need more money, I must work so hard and effort at trying to get more money, it doesn't work. Similarly, if you're like, I need to fix my anxiety, I need to fix my anger, I must do all these classes, I must do all these courses, I must read, I must, you're not going to get to the fullness, the spaciousness. There's still going to be. You might fix a few things, but something else will always come to replace it, because underlying there's an emotion here, there's an anxiety, there's a nervousness, there's a striving, there's a non-acceptance with here and now. Every time you wake up every day, is there things you do not accept? Are there things you judge? Could be news, could be people, could be weather, could be situations, could be anything. So if you notice that you're doing that, your ego is coming in, resisting life. You're resisting the flow, the heart beating, the breathing that happens all by itself. You're not trusting that. You're like, I need to solve this. But why is it that you need to solve all the problems? Are there any problems? It's good to start to challenge these things. So your mind is fear. Every time you think about the past or the future and try and manipulate it, even if you're just judging the past, oh, that was awful. Ugh. Next time, I'll do it this way, or I'll try and fix it. I'll send a complaint, or then it will just keep happening to you. You're in this cycle of noticing when things are not to your liking and you're trying to solve them. You might have been doing this all your life. So you get to a point where you're like, I've had enough. it's like no, I'm giving it all. I'm giving it all to the universe. The universe can fix it. The universe can solve it. Um, take the load off you. Give it to the universe. The universe is infinite. It has enormous potentials and energy. It can solve everything. This little brain is only trying to solve things from a point of view of what we've learned over various years, and our point of view may or may not be right or wrong anyway for the greater good or collective energy of everything. So there's a trust and a faith in the universe can do it. So stay out of the way. That's what this whole video is about. Stay out of the way. If you're struggling or efforting, stay out of the way. If you're in fear over your emotions, stay out of the way and just watch them. Just watch them. If you have lots of thoughts that say you're no good, or you're doubting yourself, or you're uncomfortable, or this is annoying, or this is, stay out of the way. These are just clouds of thoughts. You're not thoughts, because who's the observer of your thoughts? Are the thoughts yours? Or are they coming in? Are they being channeled by universal energy? Like we're a transmitter just receiving the energy of thought. Start to get curious about these things. You realize you have a step away from being in this stream of thoughts, from believing this stream of thoughts. I don't like this is a thought. So if you challenge it and you're like, what is it about this thing that I don't like? Go deeper. Because this is just surface level yes, no, good, bad, right, wrong. Come away from duality of mind, come into being, come into heart. Have a moment to stop. That's what's needed. Stopping is staying out of the way. You could say staying out of the way is letting go. But what we're doing is we're letting go of thoughts. That's basically what we're doing. We're watching the thoughts just dissolve in the eternal now. They come, they go, just like emotions, just like sounds, just like everything, just comes and goes. You just need to stand on the riverbank and watch this river flow. You're staying out of the way. But it's not you that's staying out of the way, because actually mind isn't really here. It's just thoughts. You're just stepping away from your thoughts. You're staying away from your thoughts. And without thoughts, there is, as I've said, spacious peace, calm. The now is this life. And there's an awareness of this life. There's an awareness of sitting. There's an awareness of talking. There's an awareness of sounds. But who is listening to these things? Start to be curious about that. But staying out of the way is actually very healing and very healthy. You find that most things seem to work out by themselves. There's very little for you to actually effort in or do or strive for. It's just a habit that we've got ourselves into. And that habit is a fearful one. So give it all up. Just enter the freedom and the wonder of life. Whatever happens is coming to you, and it's happening. And it's here to give you a lesson, to give you a gift, to teach you something. And maybe that teaching is to stay out of the way, is to just let it all be. So notice when you start to let things be, what that does for you. Instead of trying to control and manipulate and complain and judge and criticize, see the difference. Because as soon as you see that difference in your life, you realize there's a recognition that, oh, what am I doing? It's causing me issues. I'm getting emotions, and it's causing this body issues. Whereas this way is peace, is freedom, just comes and goes. So I hope that's been an interesting video. I just want to end by saying you can do things. We will do things. It's not like we're sitting doing nothing. There is some things to do, you find if you're stepping out of the way from your ego, your fear mind, then you're in more of a loving state. So when you're in a heart place, what you see, you tend to act from a place of kindness or a place of gratitude or a place of humor or a place of compassion. That's where you get to. You've let go of all the fear. What's left is the love-based emotions like love, like joy, like happy, like peace. It all comes out, and your actions are then embodied with that love, peace, kind, loving, laughter, humor. You know? So, are you acting from fear, worry, doubt, insecurity, anger, annoyance, or are you acting from love, heart, joy, laughter, kindness, compassion? It's good to get curious about that. And it's not an overnight thing. There are moments of realization, but then we fall back into subconscious routines and patterns. So the practice of mindfulness is to continually, daily, every moment you can remember to be mindful, be mindful. And that's also staying out of the way. It's synonymous because you're no longer thinking, I am doing this. I am doing the dishes. You're just doing the dishes. I am drinking tea. No, you're just drinking tea. There is no I there. There is no me. So that's the practice. Enter that state of non-I-ness, non-ego. Then you're also stepping out of fear and you're allowing what is to be there. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And if you didn't, then have a curiosity about it. Because there's opinions there. We were all in opinions. There's all sorts going on. The more mindful we are, the more we begin to see what is happening. And we can see what is illusion, what is imagination or story, and what's real. So follow the real and stay out of the way. So thank you very much and have a wonderful day, week, and I'll speak to you again in another video. Bye just now.